we are on day 6 of Samapana retreat. We've nearly finished. We've got today and plus one more day to go. Some of us are feeling emotional today. That's okay. And we're all in black today because this day is symbolised by black. So can someone explain to us why we are in black today? When it's a day of sacred union, it's holy matrimony. It is when all parts of you come into union or reunion, or the classic word as we know it, yoga, which means to unite. So sacred union, Ieros Ramos, which means sacred wedding in Greek. Why are we wearing black when everybody typically would wear white? Why are we wearing black? Does anyone know or can say?
Because it's the void.
Yes. Sacred union represents returning to the void of where there's like complete emptiness, of course, but it's full of potential possibility. So it's full as much as it is empty. So it is also represented by the yin and yang symbol up there. Is you see Maria yin and yang symbol? I can't see. Yeah, Maria's yin and yang. She's wearing black and white today, so that's perfect. So this is why we are predominantly in a bit of black today, and why there might be a little bit of weepiness today, because we are shedding a lot of what does not serve us, especially on this day. I know we've been doing it all the way throughout, but as you know, we start off soft, and as we progress, the levels, it pushes us up a notch to be able to be challenged at a greater level. Okay? Now, there are many things that we're going to do today. Hey ho, that's Fusion 7 Mystery School in a nutshell. However, we do in particularly have a lot to do today, as well as I was going to say tomorrow, but it's next Saturday, the final day. So here it is in general what it is that we're going to cover today. The first bit is about understanding galactic history. Why is it important that we understand galactic and cosmic history? Well, it's important because we need to be aware of these elements to be able to unify within the self, as above, so below. So we need to be exposed to what it is that is actually going on in the above, because it has a great influence on the below, which is within each and every soul that is incarnate on this earth. Okay? So understanding galactic history, understanding the timeline wars that are connected with galactic history, then it gets more deeply into the story of the archons. Okay? So who and what the archons are. Apparently there's approximately about 15 of these primary dark beings, which perhaps that's changed since when I created this work, and how they affect Earth ascension. Okay, so we know the typical bit of how it affects Earth ascension, which is all to do with, all of the false systems that are on the planet. But if we're looking at it firstly and foremostly in a kind of esoteric and spiritual way, we will see that they've actually interfered with things like grids on the earth. They've interfered with things like the main chakra locations and points of the earth. And we're going to find out what it is that means to us, how that affects us, and what it is that we can do to contribute to changing that. So quite a bit about the archonic history from above down to below. Then we're going to go into our Sacred Union template, which are the first templates of the day that we run using our advanced sacred geometric forms and other formulas as well. Then we're going to go into another aspect that we need to be aware of. Yesterday we touched upon our reconnection to the planets. Well, another aspect that we're going to look at today is our reconnection to the star systems. And which ones is it that we are most resonant with? Which ones is it that we calibrate more with, and why? So that's another aspect of work that we're going to do today. Following that, we're going to do what's known as contract revocation. So once we've found out about all these different systems that have got Earth in this kind of a gridlock, so to speak, then we can start looking at how are we contributing to that, because we do. You know, we are collective consciousness, and we do contribute to the evils as well as to the goods, okay? So we need to look at our contribution, and then we're going to go into deep contract revocation to release us from what perhaps, some of which we don't even yet know, but you're going to discover it today, okay? So after our contract revocations, we go into our classic ceremony at the end, and that is all about the reuniting. It's all about the reunion. It's all about the hieros ramos, the sacred marriage. Yeah? And how do we do that? The way that we do that is by delving into our very own body temple. It's all in here, not just mine. It's not just right. So you go into the body temple to do it, because everything that you need to remember, everything that you need to discover, everything that you need to transform and transcend is within you. All that's missing is the tools, and that's what we're going to apply today. Okay? So in that final source transmission for Sacred Union, we're going to cover aspects such as reconnection to starseed consciousness, retrieval and relocation of our soul codes, cosmic soul codes, reassembly of soul families. It's all in your manuals, by the way. And all this happens via the endocrine system and all of the functions of your brain. All the mysteries are hidden within, and we're going to do all of that today. So don't forget, guys, to follow, to share, to subscribe. We've got YouTube, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got Periscope. And don't forget, if it's Periscope or YouTube, don't forget to scroll right through to see other videos full of valuable content, and we'll catch up with you next Saturday for Source Day, Primary Source Day. And check it out on Helen Makes Miracles. Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. It's still going. Let's go. Bye, bye, bye. Okay. So, go like that, and then what you do. Stop.